Good morning, good morning, good morning. Stop! Absolutely pathetic effort as usual. Right, okay, so. Which? You've broken the goat. You've broken Tania. Oh no.
Tania has died.
Tania has died eventually after about 20 years.
I know. It's not my fault.
Oh,
It's not my fault.
hands up if you think it's Elena's fault. Yes. I'll edit in all the hands going up. Right, okay, so the first thing that I would like you to do is stand up and get in a circle. Get in a circle. Okay. Energy levels in this class are a disgrace. Does anyone understand what those expressions mean? Heads up and heads down. Do you understand what they mean? No. I would say that's probably difficult for you because I asked you to get in a circle and this is what you've done. Okay? Could you get in the circle? Yes, very good. A circle. Do you understand the concept of a circle? Yes, a bigger circle than that. You don't need to be so close. That's it. Right, okay. So what's going to happen is I am going to say heads down. Okay, heads down. And what will you do? Put your heads down. Heads down. And then I will say heads up. Okay, you understand that? And you will have to look at one of your partners. You understand that? One of your classmates. Now, if you are looking at the same classmate, then you will be eliminated. You understand that? You cannot move your eyes. You cannot move your eyes at the last second. If you're looking, you're out. Okay, you understand that? Okay, so just as a demonstration, heads down, heads up. Okay, now, yes. Okay, she moved her eyes, so those two people will be out. You understand that? Okay, this is how it works. Okay, right, okay. Heads down, heads up. Heads down, heads up. Heads down, heads up. Heads down, heads up. How the hell is this happening? Heads down. You can't be looking at me, Dr. Victor. Heads down, heads up. Heads down, heads up. Yes, out to get the two of you. Heads down, heads up. Heads down. Who are you looking at? Who are you looking at? Hey, there's nobody else over there. Get out there, Louise.
No, I was listening.
Yeah, but who are you looking at, Louise? Yes, exactly. So you're both out. Exactly. Okay, so there's only three left. Heads down, heads up. Heads down, heads up. Yeah, you're out. Well done, Vicente. Excellent, very good. Right, sit down, you absolute idiot. Right. Okay, so yesterday I gave you this page with the phrasal verbs. You have that? Do you have that?
Yes.
Often. Okay, so if you don't, I'll give you one of these pages. I would like you to do this is just a quick review. Okay, I would like you to do that exercise over here where you put the phrasal verbs in the correct space. Okay, so you have to put these ones into the correct place. Yeah. Okay. Okay, these ones here in the correct place. Okay, so we're doing that from yesterday, so you have to do that in the correct place. Okay. So you've broken already today. You've broken Tania and you've forgotten your page. Okay, so now I don't have the page.
I see that.
You also need to. Give me that page back again. Okay. Who does not have the page? Okay, so the three of you. I wish I could say it was a pleasure.
Finally I found it.
I don't have the page.
So you do, but anyway, it was. This one. Okay, so try fill in the spaces there with the appropriate phrasal verbs. They're all formed. Okay, you can work with your partner.
They are more phrasal than.
Yes. Okay. Okay, so careful now, she's broken nearly everything she's touched today. Okay, right, so Elena, you work with Fabiana. Boys, you work together, the usual. Okay? Right, off you go, simple.
That's fine.
Maybe another 4 minutes. Okay, 4 minutes and 20 seconds. Three minutes. If you realize, Luis, the minutes are very variable. It's not really 60 seconds. Pay attention.
Can we use one more than once?
You don't need to.
No. So,
Maybe you can, but you don't need to. If it fits, I would accept. Finished? No. Finished, Luis? Now, what did I ask you to do?
3 or 4.
I said work together.
He is working here.
I think number 4 is set out. Speaking style. Set out 10 key combinations to present to explain awareness clearly.
2 minutes.
To explore.
Okay, stop. I'll go over this. So the answers, I will give you the answers. Number 1 is set out. Set out. Number 2,
Why?
Wait.
okay,
Why not carry out? No.
I'll explain in a minute. Okay, so set out. Number 2, bring about.
Okay.
Bring about. Number 3, carry out. Carry out. Number 4, phase in. Phase in.
Così vale.
Number 5, put forward. Put forward. Number 6, ruled with a D at the end. Ruled out. Ruled out. Number 7, hand over. Number 8, take over. Number 9, iron out. And number 10, step up. Okay? Now, number 7 was hand over. Hand. Hand over. Okay, did you do very badly or not?
Yeah.
You did? 2 wrong? Or you got 2 right? Okay. Right, okay. Good. It doesn't matter. Okay, now I want you to ask ChatGPT this question. Okay, so open it up. I want you to ask this question. Useless. If you need. Whatever language, and I will test you in approximately 3 minutes. Okay. So all your answers, and I'm going to test you on all of them. Okay. So can you explain the logic for the choice of the particle in the phrasal verbs? Yeah, you will need to show the picture of the text that you have just done with the answers. Okay? So you will have to ask this after you show the picture with the answers. Okay? And you will discuss with your partner the answer. Maybe it'll take about 5 minutes. Happy birthday. But you're not answering this thing. It's not explaining why out is being used in carry out. I want you to understand why out is used. Yes, but I want you for these specific examples. Please? Yeah, not just random phrasal verbs, because as I said yesterday, Luis, there are many definitions for each phrasal verb very often. So I want you to do it. You're not following my instructions today.
No!
Yes, I
There's a
know.
lot of information.
Yes, I want you to specify the information. So, yes, very good.
What's it?
Thank you. George. Okay, again. So, really what I want is just to concentrate on not steady. So, so you can get the translation if you want. Translation, right? Can we look a little bit more smiley this morning? Yes, perfect. I'm going to buy you a new round of Botox for this smile.
Recommendation is
Yes, perfect. Now, if you don't understand it, you can ask for translation and tablet. I will be testing you in 2 minutes. So work with your partner. Luis, what did I ask you? Work with your partner. There is your partner. There is, Luis, there is your partner. No, that is not what I asked. I said, what is the meaning of the partner in the context of that phrase? That's a different question. Everyone?
No, I'm sick. Like, I'm sick.
Congratulations,
Not
Carla.
no weather today because I'm sick.
Well, you know, I can't make any exceptions for that.
I'm
So,
sick.
there we go. The worst you can get. You're taking photos of the class? Excellent, very nice. Okay, so good afternoon.
Good afternoon. Good evening.
Good evening and good night. Okay, exactly. You have 2 minutes, or 1 minute, I should say. If you're not good, make sure you spread the virus all
Yes, I always have.
every person. Don't leave one behind.
Not the meaning of
Okay, right. Can you move over this way? Everyone? Over this way with your lovely grimaces. Okay? Right? A grimace is an upside down smile. Okay? It's like this. Right? Okay, so okay, so the first one then. So as I said, the government yesterday set out a comprehensive housing strategy. Now, why do you use out in that case? So first of all, what is set out a comprehensive strategy? What are they doing? What are they doing if they set out a housing strategy? Creating, okay, and exposing. Okay, could you tell me why you use out?
Because it's something that you create for
For who?
the population.
For the public. Okay? If it's in, you don't show the public. If it's out, you show the public. Okay? So to set out, set really means like this. Okay? Here, is that going to help you with the meaning of that? Not really. Okay? It's like set and then out. Now it's public. Okay? The next one then that it says will bring about sweeping reforms in the sector. Does anyone know why you would use about in that case? Bring about.
Because with this comprehensive strategy, you produce something immediately. No?
But why would you use about?
To rebel or highlight something?
Well, bring about means what? What does bring about mean? It means create. Means create. So what does about mean in this context?
Make something happen.
But why? Why does about mean make something happen?
Because create some consequence.
Why would you use about?
Because it's going to start.
But why does about have anything to do with start? What does about mean? Literally, just about. What does it mean?
Close.
Around, close, or etc. Okay, so could you tell me why that means create something? Why would about have anything to do with creation?
Or something happens.
But why? Again?
Change something.
That's not a bad suggestion. Okay, so about is very similar to around. Oops, sorry, like this. So around, if I turn this around, you're going to get a different picture. Okay? About is very, very similar. So sometimes, yes, if you wish, you can have some dark chocolate. Okay, so this means turn around. Okay? So around and about are very, very similar. Well, if you turn something around like this and it transitions into something new, you've created it. Okay, so sometimes about will have something to do with creation. Okay, next one then, 3. Under the blueprint, ministers will first carry out an independent audit of available land. Now, what does that mean?
Taking an action.
Again?
To complete. Yeah.
Yes, I would accept out in this context meaning something like finish. Okay, so you carry out an audit.
Implementing
It's
something.
like
But why would you use out?
Because it's something external.
Okay, yes, to some extent. If I said carry out research, what does that mean?
Receive from other places.
Yeah. Usually when you carry out research, so just imagine it's like social science or whatever, it's not science. When you carry out research, you have to go out into the public. Okay, so you say, what's your opinion? What's your opinion? What's your opinion? So I'm carrying out the research. I'm not keeping it inside.
Mm-hmm.
And the collocation of carry out research can be replaced with lots of other things. Carry out an audit, carry out whatever, an investigation. Okay? So very often the word out, you have to go back and think about carry out research. Okay? Now you can ask ChatGPT, if you don't like the suggestion it has given, you're not really sure, well, I don't really like that. You can ask it again. Oh, sorry, I don't really understand what you mean. Can you please explain it in a more simple way or in a different way? All you have to do is understand why these are chosen. But you don't have to get the correct answer. You just have to get an answer that is satisfactory for you to remember. Okay? You don't have to understand absolutely everything. After a while, you will get an intuition. Okay? You won't get it the first time. Next one then. Then phase in rent control measures gradually over 3 years. Does anyone know what phase in rent control measures means? Any ideas? Okay. Take out the word phase. Remove that word and just put in. Then in rent control measures gradually over 3 years. Would you understand what that means? Introduce. See, you don't need this part. Okay? Now, phase literally means like in stages. But the in part means introduce.
Mm-hmm.
Look at the first part of introduce. You use in. That's not an accident. Okay? So introduce is why you use phase in this.
Mm-hmm.
Next one. Speaking in Parliament, the Housing Secretary put forward 10 key recommendations. Why would you use forward?
To keep going.
pushing something ahead.
Because it's in front. In someone.
Yeah, okay. So I'm going to put forward a few ideas.
We're not sure what give them.
Yeah, show. Okay, if you put forward the ideas, then you're showing them to the public. Okay, it's logical. Again, some people think that phrasal verbs, it's just a random choice with the particle. It can't be like that. It can't be like that because native English speakers are very often able to guess. They can't guess if it's random. It has to have some logic. Okay? Now I know some teachers don't think that's true, but just think about it. It must be true. It must be logical. Okay? Somewhere back in time, that must have made sense. Okay, next one then, aimed at easing the shortage, but ruled out any immediate increase in property taxes. Now, what does rule out something mean? If I rule it out? Exclude. Now, what does out mean? It means exclude. The rule means what? What's a rule?
Rules, a contract.
Like a regulation. Okay, so it's something that you must follow, etc. Okay, maybe a statute or whatever, etc. Okay, now The rule part is not the important part about the exclusion. This part is. You can rule something in. You can say, oh, you must include this. That's ruling it in. If you rule it out, you exclude. So the out part is the exclusion part, okay? Not the rule part, okay? Next one then, the plan also calls for the housing agency to hand over certain administrative duties to local councils. Now, why would you use over?
Transfer of control position.
But why would you use over?
Because there is just like a movement.
You finish
Movement
your...
where?
Or pass something that
Okay, so watch Elena. I want you to give me your phone. What did she do? What did she do?
Take over. Hand over. Hand over.
Why would you say hand over?
Over the chair.
Over the chair, etc. The word over very often means move from one location to another. Over a bridge. Okay? You go from one side of the bridge to the other. If there's a transition from A to B, very often you will use over. So you could say there's nothing wrong with saying Elena handed me her phone, but it's very often the case you will say handed over her phone. Okay, so that is perfectly acceptable in that case as well. And in this case, they're handing over responsibilities to someone else. It's another way of saying giving. So you transition from this point to that point. Okay, physically in this case. Next one then, while a new regulatory body will take over responsibility for monitoring safety standards. Now that over does not mean the same thing. So what do you think that over means?
Receive.
Again?
Receive.
Nope.
assuming control.
Again?
Assuming control.
Okay, so it means, so in this case, take over means assume control. Now, why would over have anything to do with control?
Because if I
Oh,
assume
come here.
control.
Who is the boss?
Her.
Why?
She's over.
She's over me. You understand that?
Mhm.
So this, you very often hear who is over everyone in the class. Oh, Elena. You understand that? That over means control. Okay? That's a different meaning of over. The first over was. Okay, so this is so give. Okay, so I'm trying to which is a bit slow here today. Okay, so a bit slow. I'll edit this out to make you look better. Okay, so what am I doing now? Again, handing over the phone. But the other over, when you take over, it means that you take control. The over is control. There's logic behind this. Okay. Thank you very much to our boss.
Hand out is to everybody.
Again?
Hand out is to
Yes.
everybody.
Why would you say hand out is to everybody? Why would you use out in that case?
How about distribution?
But distribute where?
Someone else.
To the public.
To the
Now what's the opposite?
handing.
No, when you would hand in, but what would I do? Take in. Okay, so I will take in. In means from the public. Okay, so well, to the person in the center from the public. Okay, there's a reason why you use out and then in. Next one then, iron out. So officials admitted that negotiations with industry leaders are still needed to iron out the finer details. Now, does anyone know what it means if you iron out the finer details? Yeah, removing. Does anyone know what iron means? Yes. Yes, with the clothes. Okay, I never do the ironing. As you can see, generally what I do is just get the shirt and go like that, and that's the best I can do. Okay, so I hate doing this. So why would you say out?
Because you are canceling.
You are
To finish.
You're eliminating those problems. Okay, so if you're ironing out all the finer details, really what you're talking about is the problems with this legislation. So you want to eliminate all the problems. Maybe for example, you have a relationship and you iron out the problems with your partner. Okay, so here you want to eliminate all those problems.
Conflicts and
Yeah, all the conflicts. Like for example, I don't know, maybe in the future when Daphne and her new partner have some difficulties, they might have to iron out those difficulties. And maybe not. Maybe they will get divorced. They will do what?
break up.
Break up. Why would you use up? Up means what in that case?
Finish.
Finish. Why?
Because you are right on the top.
Yes. So up at the top of the mountain you finish. That's the place. Okay? And the last one, but insisted that the government is ready to step up enforcement efforts if progress stalls. Stalls means becomes stable, doesn't increase. What do you think that means? It's going to
a higher level.
Okay, yeah, so in this case, up means what? Increase, increase. So if you have to step up, yeah, it's take action, but it means increase the procedures that you've been doing before. Okay, you want to increase the volume of talks or whatever, etc. Okay, or in this case, efforts. So you want to increase your efforts. Now, I know it's early in the morning and some of you look very tired and you don't have the energy, etc. But honestly, I promise you, and a lot of you have problems with prepositions and phrasal verbs, whatever. There is no other way, logically, to learn the patterns than this. You have to get an intuition for the choice of the particle. That's it. There is nothing else that you can learn from a teacher about phrasal verbs. Of course, the teacher can come in with phrasal verbs and say, okay, here's a phrasal verb, this is the meaning. Oh, and I'm going to give you lots of examples and that's how you use it. But that's for one phrasal verb. How many phrasal verbs would I have to do that for? Thousands. I don't have time for that, and you don't have time. You would have to pay me a lot of money, or this school a lot of money, which means that you pay me a lot of money. Okay, you would have to pay me a lot of money to teach you just phrasal verbs for a year, and you probably wouldn't remember them all. I really want you to get an idea, an intuition for the choice of these. Now maybe you're too tired now, but please go home and investigate with ChatGPT. You will need a lot more Botox out there. I'm finished with you. Okay, so go home whenever and investigate why you choose the particles you do. So when I went around there, some of you were just looking for the definition of both of these, of the phrasal verb. Okay, but that's all you're doing. You're just getting one phrasal verb. You're not going to get hundreds of other phrasal verbs for free. You're not going to get that. So if you concentrate only on that, or that, or that, or that, eventually you will get the intuition. That is what my nephew is doing now. He's only 2, 1.5, or whatever, etc. And actually I'm doing an experiment with him. He doesn't know, and my uncle, my sister, my brother-in-law don't know this either. I'm experimenting. I only go home once a week. And I video him. No, I video him his progress in English. I see what is he doing to improve his English, and I video him doing it. It's quite interesting. He's made a lot of progress in the last month. Like you just leave it for a week. You see. Now, the last time, he's just pointing at objects, and then I'll show you the video, so I will compile it. He's pointing at the objects, and what's this, bird, apple, blah, blah, blah. He just goes through it. Oh, octopus. He's able to say, what's a squid? Do you know what a squid is?
Squid.
Calamari, okay, squid.
Squid.
You say squid, it's not a very important word. It's nothing, like he'll never use that in the first 5 or 10 years of his life, I would guess, and he's got squid. He's just going like that, okay? So, but it's a lot of progress, and I guarantee you, when I finish this, I will also include phrasal verbs. I'm going to test him on phrasal verbs, and he's never going to learn a list like this, but he will eventually be able to guess. And he'll be able to guess because he identifies patterns. Now it takes a long time, it will take years for him to do that. For you, you can skip that. You don't have to take years. You just have to identify the pattern now. If you identify the pattern now, and there are not that many, like for example with up, maybe 10 different patterns. If you get them, you learn all the phrasal verbs with up. There's logic behind it. Okay? Anyway, enough of that rubbish. Can you go back to your seats, and I would like you to discuss with your partner what you did yesterday to improve your English. And I would like you to write down any vocabulary that you think is quite complicated or useful for other people. Okay, so Carlotta, you work with Elena. Here, and work with your partner. Here, and the three amigas down here. Okay, off you go. Simple simples. Okay. To improve.
I know.
That gun is over there.
I was off, so I just enjoyed. Because I have to every day I have to I love the accent.
Lovely.
Yesterday I just myself,
When you hear je, you correct. That word. So eliminate.
Now after you the last week, the guy was upset because we didn't have ketchup on the table, and he broke the window. Exactly. He just broke the window. Yeah, the door actually.
Whose name is
And you?
Me, I was.
I don't know how like
Kick.
kick it. I wasn't there, but my friend, she was there. She texted me, I was in Brazil. And she like, you can't believe what the guy did. Just because we didn't have ketchup, he broke, he kicked the window. And the glass was... Yeah. It's a lovely place too. So yes, shattered.
The glass shattered, so broke into small pieces. Okay, so that's what shatter means.
Yes, I have. It was.
I think the main way is to try to find some.
Oh my God.
Most Brazilian know speak Brazilian, not Portuguese. Why?
It was very, very. We have to go.
Today?
More about the
You know, I she just came from Malacca. I don't know how to pronounce it in Spanish.
You were returning to
And then she came to one here. She just speaks English. And it was like half Spanish, half Portuguese, and she was trying to.
Go back. Very good. Keep going. Ask about the wedding.
I was trying to get a different job, like try to communicate more, like start with me, the Bible talk start so I was there and I want to so that's why I
Okay. Right? Okay. Everyone? Shh. One sec. Okay, so everyone pay attention. One sec. So everyone pay attention. Okay. So this group over here, Petrini works in a terrible place where there are teenagers from Ireland always abuse her, etc. And I believe a couple of weeks ago or whatever, some of the people kicked the glass window in the place where she in the door, etc. And the glass shattered. What does that mean? Yeah, fragmented. Okay, broke into small pieces. Okay, so the verb is to shatter. Now, if you see er at the end of a verb, what do you very often think about? If you see at the end of a verb,
it's like a good also.
no, it means short, repetitive actions. Okay, Twitter, for example. Tweet, 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 tweet. Like this. It's oh God, embarrassment on the internet. Okay, etc. So, er very often means do something with short, repetitive actions. So, for example, stand up, please, Fabiana. Now, let's say you were down. Stay. Let's say you were down at Dicey's. You were at Dicey's, yes, and you were drinking a lot. Okay, so let's say Café en Seine. Café en Seine, a much more fancy residence. And you were drinking a lot. And when you were walking home, you were staggering. What do you think that means? You were staggering. You didn't really walk home, you staggered home.
Staggering?
Stagger.
Like this?
Yeah, go on. Yeah, exactly. Okay, now this why does that mean this? Because it's a short, repetitive action. It's not one occasion when this happens. It will be all the time. Like you like this, etc. Okay, so many of you will experience that.
So dizzy is the feeling.
Dizziness is the feeling. Okay, do you understand that one? So if you watch the cartoons, the dizzy feeling is when the birds are circling around your head. Okay? Like this is dizzy. You might feel dizzy if you're weak as well. Okay, you might be anemic or something. Okay, so what did you do for the last couple of days, please, Carlotta?
I was sick, so first of all, I was sick, so
lot in English.
Very good, of course.
Very good.
She did.
I studied for my IELTS exam, so
Oh yes. When is your IELTS exam?
I did it on Saturday, but
Yes.
there was a problem because my computer there was a white screen and it was broken.
Your computer was broken, or the
Not
the internet
mine, the
connection?
computer
Oh,
of them, obviously.
oh,
of
maybe they give you
IELTS.
extra marks. Maybe they give you extra
Yeah.
marks. Okay. You could be lucky. Who knows?
And the supervisor told me, you continue and then we will see. Yes, but I continued, but then they told me, yes, you have to do again the
Oh,
exam.
fantastic. So
Perfect.
do you have to pay again?
No.
No,
Obviously.
but at least you don't have to do that at least. Okay, and for those of you who don't know, what will you be doing on Friday? Or is it tomorrow? Oh no, it's today, yes. What will you be doing today in the evening?
No, I will go I'm going to Rome.
She's going to Rome.
Yes, I arrive
This is
at,
Carlotta's last
really
day.
jealous.
It's her last day. Last day. It's a big dramatic reveal.
You want to?
Exactly. I
You
think
want to
most of
come
us
with
want to
me?
go.
I know.
Yes, exactly. Okay, so it is Carlotta's last day today. Don't worry, I'm editing it. It will be better than that. Okay, very good, very good. Fabiana, what did you do yesterday to improve your English?
I just spoke with new students at the school,
Yes. How old are the new students at the school?
10 years old.
10?
And in my job,
Yeah. I thought they were kids.
yes, but yesterday they changed me 1 hour to the
10-year-olds.
to the other
Oh,
to another class.
God.
Yeah, 9, 10.
And what were you teaching them?
Nothing. We was playing cards and.
At 9 or 10? What kind of school is that? I thought it was for the little kids. But yeah, it's for 9 or 10 year olds.
Normally I'm with the
Playing
little
cards,
kids.
they're smoking in the background there, drinking cider in the park. Oh, it's a fantastic school. Okay, very brilliant. Next one then, what did you do yesterday to improve your English? Vicente.
Yesterday I listened a short podcast.
I listened.
Short.
I listened.
I listened short.
I listened.
Listen-
Two. You have to use two with listen. Yeah, I listened to a podcast.
About story, English story maybe. It's about
Okay.
coat of arms, something like that.
Oh yes. Does anyone know what that means? A coat of arms. Anyone know what that is? Okay, so some families will have a coat of arms. It's like a badge for their family. Okay, so maybe it will be a lion and a unicorn or something, maybe a knight, etc. It's just especially for their family. Lots of European families will have that, especially the ones that come from kingdoms. Okay, like Italy and England and those places, they will have a coat of arms for their family. If you go around some parts of Dublin, you will find shops. There's one on Dame Street that sell coats of arms, and they'll probably create one for your family if you want one. Okay, I don't know why you would want one, but you could if you wish. Yeah, so a coat of arms. Yeah.
Yeah, also I talk with some flatmates in English, of course.
Very good. I love this. I love this little expression that you all say. Of course. Of course you will speak in English. Yes. And then when I ask you to go on the break, then of course you will speak in English on the break, won't you?
Yeah.
God, right. Yes, continue.
And also I saw some pronunciation videos. And that's
About sh and s. Very good. Excellent. Luis, what did you do yesterday to improve your English? Yeah, Luis, that gun is over there.
My everyday task is listen to radio.
Listen to the radio.
Listen to radio.
Listen to the radio. Yeah.
Yeah, IT radio and another from Canada, CBC radio.
Okay, so yeah, okay. So if you're trying to expose yourself to different accents, expose yourself to maybe radio stations as well. Actually, maybe I will show you a place where you can get different accents in a minute. Okay, what did you do yesterday, Dr. Ritter, to improve your English?
I went to a new event
Yes.
that I found in the application, in the app, the name of this new event was Social Single Meet.
Social
Social Singles Meet.
So now,
But
for 1 second there, I just looked over in that direction, and Fabiana, her Botox expression went from to this. Absolutely amazing. So the old social singles, yes, and
but the only problem, the host of this event say that it was only yesterday, is that only one woman.
only one woman was
Only
there.
one woman.
Look at this! Right there! Get down to this place.
and
It's
seven-
paradise.
And 17 men.
Exactly.
Only one-
70.
17 men. and
17. 1 7.
Not 17.
17.
Yes,
1 7.
And only
17 men there. Look at this. We kind of exactly. And
And only
one woman. Was the one woman very nice? Was she a lovely person?
yes, one woman from Malaysia.
Malaysia. Exactly. What you call her is competition. Exactly.
But no, the event consists in different games, passport games, bingo, different dynamic for meeting the other people. In this case, the other men.
So,
But I can practice my English.
exactly. You practice your English, and you possibly get a new boyfriend. A new boyfriend there. Why not? Okay. Excellent. Okay.
You are welcome.
You're welcome. Exactly. 2 women and 17 men. Exactly.
And the woman pay only the half the ticket.
Oh, she only paid half the ticket. Oh, this is absolutely amazing. Excellent. Are you sure it wasn't an event for gay couples? Possibly. Why not? Okay. Next one then, Daphne, what did you do yesterday to improve your English?
I work all day.
Yeah, that's not what I heard. Yes, continue.
But I had a call.
A call, an English call, yeah. With whom?
From the other offices.
Other offices, yeah.
Yeah, because this year there conference of the parts in Brazil.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
yeah.
So we are going to. They are lending us one of their ships.
Okay, so they're lending you one of their ships, etc.
Yeah.
And you were discussing that.
Yeah. So you do an open boat.
All right, very good. And were you texting anyone else yesterday for any reason? No? Yes, you were texting, yeah, exactly. A fluent native speaker, of course, yes. And for how many hours were you texting that person?
1 hour.
1 hour. Very good. Progress. Very good. Excellent. Progress. Yes, very good. And if you go down to that event, 17 men, you can be the same. Next. What did you do yesterday, Elena, to improve your English?
Nothing. I just thought, no, wait.
Continue. I'm just getting prepared.
I just talked with my flatmates.
In what language?
No, in English, of course.
Of course, in English, of course. For how many hours?
2 hours, 3 hours.
2 or 3 hours.
Yeah. Because after that, I went to visit an accommodation,
All right.
but the flatmates was Italian.
Your the flatmates in
The flatmates.
C.
Sorry. Yeah, sorry.
Italian. Okay, what a disgrace. Okay, so disgraceful behaviour there. Now, are any of your flatmates in this school?
No.
No, none of these flatmates. So if I phoned them up and said, were you speaking to Elena for 2 or 3 hours yesterday in English? They would say, si. Would they? No, they wouldn't. Okay, what a disgrace again. Shut. Next one then, Patrini, what did you do yesterday to improve your English?
Okay. Oh, I know. I remember something. I was doing my CV,
Yes.
so in English.
Yeah. Well, I hope it was in English. Yes. Very
But
good.
sometimes I do in Portuguese, you know, so apply.
Okay, yes.
That's all.
Did you hand out your CVs to anyone yet?
No, just I applied on Indeed
Oh, okay.
and jobs.
Why did I say hand out your CV?
A lot of place.
You gave to the public. Okay, very good. Next, then, Elena, what did you do yesterday to improve your English?
I was talking with my friend
You were talking to your friend. And where's your friend from?
China.
Oh, right, okay. I presume you don't speak Chinese.
Yeah.
Okay.
I know some words.
Oh, and even with Chinese, they speak in Chinese. Okay, excellent, very good. Okay, so how many hours did you speak in English yesterday?
Well, we spoke on texting because
On what?
I didn't see her, so we only spoke by phone
Phone.
on texting on WhatsApp.
All right. What does it mean if I said I wanted to catch up with my friend?
You want to talk with them and maybe, for example, long time you haven't seen them, and then you want to like say the news and
Yes,
everything.
exactly. Okay, if you try to catch up with your friend, or you catch up with your friend, so stand up again. Up, you. Okay, so this is the usual
That's
rubbish.
why I keep-
Okay, so imagine we are in a race. Okay.
It's not fair because
Okay, so Petrini is trying to catch up with me. Okay, so she's behind and she's trying to get to the same level as me. So she's trying to catch up. Okay, now go back again. So imagine Petrini has not met me for 2 weeks.
Okay.
Now she needs to catch up with, not distance now, with information. Okay, so when you speak to your friends on the phone or wherever, you very often it's just to catch up. Okay, to get all the information that you didn't know before. Okay, or in the last 2 weeks or whatever, etc. So for example, Petrini left the school for, what was it, 2 months or whatever? And then, or a month or whatever, etc. And then when she came back, we can catch up. Okay? So she was in the class before. Okay, now the next thing that I'm going to do is this class today, you're very close to all being shot. The next thing, okay, all right, thanks. Thank you, Dr. Victor. You won't be getting many dates with that attitude. Okay, so I'm going to give you out 10 conversations. These 10 conversations contain colloquial expressions in English. Okay? Like, for example, we had last week one expression which I asked you about yesterday. If I say, oh, that's a bit rich, what does that mean again? That's a bit rich. Again? That's very hypocritical. I say, oh, that's a bit rich. Like, for example, if I said to you, the usual rubbish, if I said, oh, you all dress very badly. Okay. Okay, you all dress very bad. What would you say to me?
So do you.
No, well, you could say that, but what's a better expression? That's a bit rich coming from you. You could say that as well, etc. Good said, fuck you. That's a bit rich coming from you. Okay, you understand that? So I say, oh, you hypocritical. Look at you. Okay? So I'm going to give you 10 conversations. 10 very short conversations. 10 very short conversations. You're not going to read all of them. I'm going to split you into groups and you're going to read maybe 3 of them. Okay? you will try to, well, first of all, you will read them and try to understand the context. If you don't know what they mean, you can use ChatGPT. Afterwards, you're going to explain, you're going to act these out, and they, the other groups, are going to guess what they mean from context. You understand that? So your acting better be fantastic. You understand that? Okay? So just to clarify, once again, I'm going to give this group, for example, 3 conversations. They're going to read over those 3 conversations and guess from context what they mean. If they cannot guess between each other, they can use ChatGPT to identify the meaning of the expressions. Afterwards, they're going to act it out for the other groups, and you are going to guess from their acting what they mean. You understand that? Okay? So you 3, or sorry, you 3. My mathematics is there. You 2, you are going to read the first 3. You 2 are going to read 46. You 2, well, hang on now. There's 4 groups, so I don't need to do this. Okay, 2. No, I'll do it different. So 1 and 2.
No.
1 and 2. 1 to 7. Okay, 1 and 2, 3 and 4, 5 and 6, and you are going to do 7 to 10. What position is your
Fernanda said, hey,
Okay, so you have to do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So you're 7 to 10. 7 to 10. God, my maths has gone terrible. Now, Luis and Vicente, do you understand the concept of working together?
No, first of all, you need to understand the story.
Yes, but you work together to try guess first. You will be at, so first look. First you read through those, better guess the expressions of you understood everything. You understood all the expressions. 1 and 2, you understood all the expressions.
Yes, but how,
So, for
how
example,
we can
if I say cheeky bacon, you know what that means? All the expressions.
Not only. I'm sorry.
You don't understand how the expressions you use the power comprehend if you don't understand how to say they will get
We have
you will act and no one can do
Yes, but we don't, I don't know how active conversation. I know the meaning, but
You know. Is this lady
no, it's not easy to act. Yes, for example. Yes, or just
Now, Now, ladies, just ladies, when I just turn around, like this. Suppose I went together, ladies.
I was reading first. Can I?
No!
But don't do it. Just get some This good? This goes good. Are there any expressions like for example, follow the other way? Understand? In front of the people to and if you don't know, you can use and then after that, you will be acting out for them. Work together.
Really? I mean,
Come on. It's like, you can be serious. That's not serious.
Open or one to you.
Come on, this not serious.
Little mice.
How would you pronounce that?
I think I don't know.
Little mice.
Come on, please.
There are the ones
Come
on
on.
the break or
Come
something.
on, come
So
on.
you don't know.
I think this is a guy.
Yes, you would say come off.
You are not
Come off.
serious.
But I don't like little mice. Because usually
Yeah, today it looks like 20. But yes, you have repetition for one expression.
Like
Surprise someone who be placed in that
something like that.
or
Incident and incident.
impudent way. Often in a humorous or mildly disapproving tone.
Chic.
Mildly disapproving tone.
Ousadia, like someone just like say something like knowing that bad way you actually say
Understand that? Okay.
What is that? Bug.
That's what that means. And sometimes
So
they
this
change
expression
the
is a little bit
but in this context
That one. That one is fine. That one is a little bit more vulgar.
it's vulgar.
but Bob is
That's the ChatGPT version. That's the nice one.
You are always late.
You understand all the other expressions?
all get to
don't be so, get over yourself. Okay, etc. Okay, so if you said, like Elena was saying to you girls, oh, my English is so amazing. What would you say to her? Get over yourself. Okay? Are there any other expressions you don't know? Okay, stop. Now, after the break, you are going to be acting these out. You will be acting these out. You will be shut if you go home. You will be acting them out tomorrow. You will be acting out these conversational contexts, and the other groups will be guessing from the wonderful acting of the students in this class, what the meanings of these expressions are. Okay? If you don't understand them after that group, for example, will explain theirs, or I will explain if their explanations are terrible. Okay? You will use all of these expressions, or at least hear all of these expressions in conversation of native speakers. We use them all the time. Okay, right. By the way, I will also list off in the document 100 of these different kinds of expressions, and I will give you examples of how you use them. Okay, right. Take a break.